All right, what's up, everybody? So, this is an unboxing video of the Voltvogue. This is from the TikTok shop. Bought these on Sunday morning. Today is Tuesday, and these were actually delivered by Tuesday afternoon. They were running a special, so I ended up buying me and my wife one. Ended up getting each one for around $590 through Dude Deals. He is on a TikTok shop. Phenomenal review. So let's go ahead and open these up and see how hard they are to put together or how easy they are to put together. First thing I want to note is these did ship via FedEx. Really nice, sturdy packaging. They're in very good shape. Very slight little puncture here, but I don't think that's going to cause any concern. But there's a little bit of weight to them. You'll also notice that it says, please keep this carton for at least 3 months for a better after-sell service. So these do include a 6-month warranty. Looks like pretty nice packaging in here. A lot of foam. I'm just going to cut the outsides of this box, make it a little bit easier. Show you a profile view of it. That's how it's packaged in there. Everything is really packaged in here nice. The tires do need air. That's obviously expected with it getting shipped. Quality on this thing is pretty impressive. I'm going to go ahead and start cutting some of these straps. All right, so I have it all the way out of the box. Got the tire right there. Going to open up these two. It's pretty much fully assembled. All right, so opening this up now. Looks like here's the pedals. Looks like the charger. They even give you a bicycle lock, which is super cool. I didn't mention it, but this is the front fender, but they also give you a pump. We'll keep going through the box here. This is your phone holder, comes with it. These are your passenger pegs. Everything feels pretty well made so far. It's kind of nice. What is this? I'm going to say here's the kickstand. Yeah, kickstand. Here's your entire toolkit. And let's move over to this other box, the smaller box. So there was 2 small boxes inside. Looks like this is going to be your headlight. And I do apologize. It's hard to get it out of the box with one hand. Okay, so yep, that's your headlight. So, got the handlebars, need to get mounted. Tire needs to get mounted. Headlight, pedals, rear pegs, then your accessories. Front fender. Not too much, really. Gives you really nice instructions, so we'll go ahead and start following along with these. Starting with installing the handlebars. Unscrew the 4 screws. That's those. We're going to fit the handlebars right in. We're just going to go ahead and undo these hex bolts. Again, all of the tools are included, and I am going to try my hardest to not use any of my own tools just to see if it can be done. And I'm going to say as of right now it can. So we're just going to quickly unscrew all of these, and then we're going to put the handlebars in. So 1 out, 2 out. And I know I mentioned it a few times, but the quality of this does feel very good. Again, got this from Dude Deals on the TikTok shop. All right, so we've removed that, and now we're going to bring the handlebars over. And they very simply just fit in. I wouldn't get crazy on worrying if you're getting it exactly where your ride height is. We can do those adjustments. Right now, I think it's more so about getting them out of the way. So we're just going to tighten these up now. All right, so the next says electronic brake line connection. On my bike, it's already done. So we'll go ahead and move to the next set of instructions. All right. Install the front wheel. Loosen the nut on the front axle, both sides. Place the front wheel onto the front fork. Pay attention to the position. Match the lock plate to the lock hole. Tighten the nuts on both sides. All right, let's give it a go. All right. So next thing you want to pay attention to is making sure that you have your brakes on the right side. And then we're just going to unscrew the nut, the washer, and then this is like a lock style nut that holds this into place up against the frame. So we're going to do that on both sides here. Put these to the side. I will tell you this is much easier if there's 2 people because the bike does have some weight to it. And once you put this wheel on, you're going to need someone to help you balance it. But we're going to go ahead and lift this up. We're going to drop this right down over. There we go. Okay, so both sides now are in. If you come around to this side, you can show, make sure you get that brake into that caliper. And then once you have this like this, it goes like this. Take this washer. You can see the little divot. Sits in there. Take your flat washer. And finally, take your nut. And we're going to do this on both sides. All right, and then you just want to tighten these up. This is a provided box wrench. One of, I think, 3 that they provide. Get these nice and snug, and there we go. I've already done the other side. All right, so we have the front wheel on. Got the handlebars on. Next, put the front mud guard into place. Fix the iron frame buckle on both sides. Use a screwdriver to adjust the position of the headlight. Use wrench and screws to fix the headlights on both sides. Connect the line. All right, that's what we're going to do next. So next is to go ahead and mount the mud flap on the front tire. It's the first part of the instructions that I don't think are overly clear, and I don't mean overly clear as in this is a difficult part to install. It just says to put the front mudguard into place with screws. Now, I would think that you would use one of these black screws since this is something that you can see. These are too short. So I'm using one of the taller silver ones, and they do have thread lock, so that's not really a concern, but I would have thought we would have used a black screw here. Not the end of the world, but what you want to do is you want to mount it there, and then these brackets coming on both sides, you're going to loosen up these that already come pre-installed on the bike. Loosen these up, and this is going to go right under the head on both sides. And then you have the mud flap installed. All right, next is putting the headlight on. These brackets simply slide forward. This is your headlight and your horn combo. A lot of people say they really like the headlight, so I'm interested to see how it does. you're going to take the 2 black bolts and the 2 rubber washers, okay? And we are going to go ahead and we are going to mount the headlight. You can adjust the height as well of the headlight. I'm just going to run with what it has currently for the sake of time. So we got that side in, flat rubber washer, bolt. Probably the easiest part to install on the bike. And that's pretty well tight. And then you can kind of adjust if you want it pointed up or pointed down. Don't go crazy again because you're not going to really know until you actually have it turned on. Then in the back here, you have 2 orange connectors. Really nice connectors on this too. I would say automotive grade for sure. They look waterproof. So I'm going to go ahead and connect those. Okay, so that's now connected. And then the last thing you want to do with your headlight is you're just going to tighten these up. All right, so for some reason this is not in the instructions, but it's the kickstand and the rear pegs. Rear pegs, just like the pedals, will have an L for the left or an R for the right. This is threaded. This goes behind on the left-hand side, like this. And then this is actually going to overlay on top of that. And you're going to need someone else. So I apologize, it is dark out now, but pretty fun bike. So I'm on 1 assist right now. It's a pretty fun bike overall. Brakes do feel slightly underpowered, but it does appear like it's going to be pretty cool. So here it is all put together. Does have built-in turn signals. Has brake lights. You can do just throttle, or you can. So right there's just throttle. It's got a lot of torque. I'll do a quick test ride. Show you real quick. Pretty cool.